If it's Emura Ichigensai's doing, I guess he's not the straightforward con man we thought he was. Maybe he really does have ways of influencing human emotions. That would explain why no one has blown the whistle on him yet. Did you notice anything strange when you came here yesterday?
Not really. They were a lot more serious than today. You sure kept that one quiet.
Oh, no. Look, we have to find this Emura Ichigen...
Mizuki?
Something inhuman is at work in Emura Ichigen. If we don't find and stop him as soon as possible, his victims may well suffer irreversible...
Yikes! Well, guess we better press these guys a little harder. Do you know what...
What's with the urgency? Why does it matter when he shows up?
Yeah, he'll turn up when he's ready. No point in trying to rush him.
Ugh, this is infuriating.
You do remember what happened last night, both of you. Only you don't want to talk about it. Just thinking about it brings up an overwhelming sense of being torn apart. You can't quite put it into words, but you fear you're a hair's breadth away from a total breakdown. Is that about right?
Please, stop. Everything will be fine as long as we don't think about it.
Emura Ichigensai's treatment has clearly left you wounded and vulnerable. But don't worry, I'm not of your denial. At least, as long as you answer our question.
All right, but...
Yeah, apparently yesterday's session kind of tired him out.
Is he trying to hide from me again?
They really don't know anything?
I don't suppose you know where he lives, do you?
No. We did ask yesterday, but even his guard didn't know.
In that case... Yes, I suppose. Now that I know what's causing their bad dreams, I can administer the correct treatment. Honestly, you've already done your part by bringing me here.
Don't forget, we want to book our next therapy session. The sooner you stop having to worry about Amer, so we're not going to quit until all this is resolved, and the bathhouse is back to business as usual.
Looks like I have no choice but to accept your help, but still, I'm gonna need your full cooperation. If you do find Emura Ichigensai, please do. The last thing I want is for you to put yourself...
Don't worry about that. You should see some of the other bad guys we've taken down in our time. This guy's small potatoes compared to them.
Paimon.
All right, sure. We'll keep our distance and send a message.
Very good. Let's get going then.
Pretty bold claim saying you'll track this guy down. It's nice of you to give Mizuki one less thing to worry about and all, because, in case you hadn't noticed, these guys are hopeless. They don't know anything. Oh, wait, you're right! She was the one who tipped us off about this place yesterday! She probably... There's no time to lose! To the grand... She's usually somewhere around here.
Here for a fortune slip, little ones? Or visiting a friend?
Whoa! Where did you come from?
That was a little lukewarm. You're starting to sound a lot like her. But pleasantries aside, what's the matter? You look rather out of sorts. You may remember I dropped a not-so-subtle hint as to his whereabouts yesterday. You mean to tell me you still haven't found him?
Aha! So you did!
Let's not lose focus here. You're here to ask for my help. So would you
Yeah, fair enough. We went to the place you mentioned, but he slipped through our fingers. Next thing we heard was he's not seeing patients there anymore. Apparently, he loves his peace and solitude. So
Oh, and after the lengths I went to get you that location.
don't know if this helps, but we did learn some other stuff about him yesterday. For example, a guy matching Amura Ichigensai's description came to Mizuki for therapy once. Oh,
Wait, what?
you know him?
I once asked the Yai Publishing House to host an event for contributors to the Reader's Letters column. I had hoped it might be a fun chance to meet some like-minded people and chat. Until Are you telling me that Emera the Hellraiser and Emera the Healer are the same person?
Based on everything we've learned so far,
All right, well, in that case,
really? Who chooses to live in...
this was the delivery address he gave to the Yai Publishing House once, when he placed an order for several dozen books in one go. He also requested to pay. The warehouse took one look and assumed it must be some kind of prank, so they rejected the order, earning them an honorable mention in his complaint letter. Of course, with the benefit of hindsight, it's rather obvious why he lives there. Someone as antisocial as him wouldn't be welcome anywhere else.
You've got a point. Well, we clearly made the right...
I'm just glad I could help my old friend.
You mean Mizuki? So you really do want to help her?
I can tell that she's invested an awful lot into the Isa bathhouse. It's only natural for me to show some concern when I see a friend's business in trouble.
Really? 'Cause yesterday it looked more like you were looking for a fight.
I assume Mizuki has told you that we're competitors? She has always believed that, ever since we were classmates. And now that I'm the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine, I'm sure she must feel the need to prove herself through her endeavors at the Isa bathhouse. The last thing she'd want is for me, of all people, to swoop in and save the day the moment the going gets tough. So if I want to help, I have to be mindful of her feelings and tread delicately. I'll take that as a compliment. Mizuki's always so considerate towards others. It would be nice for someone to reciprocate once in a while. Well done, you took the hint. Now, while I'm sure you'd love to chat longer, you seemed to be in a great hurry when you arrived. Shouldn't you be on your way?
Oh, right. Come on, let's send a message to Mizuki right away.
Step aside, Ito.
Hito mentioned.
Traveler, Paimon.
Mizuki! That was...
All thanks to you two. With what I learned from those two guys, I managed... So, this is where Emura Ichigensai lives.
Sure hope so, 'cause this is our only lead. Wait, do you guys smell that too? Some kind of fragrance.
Then that confirms it. We've come to the right place, so from here on out, stay close to me and stay focused.
We'll be fine. You just focus...
All right, fine. I suppose you're used to leading the charge.
Sounds good to me.
Whoa. This is not what Paimon was this is creepy. Feels like there are loads of eyes staring at us.
Calm, yet repressed. The signs are all there.
What is it, Mizuki? Figured something out?
Nothing new. Just further confirmation of my suspicions. Emura Ichigensai should be hiding deep inside this place. Stay close to me.
He set up an ambush?
Seems like we're not welcome here. Brown upside down.
There is no escape! No, my sword! Ring cutter!
Wind strider! As one with wind and cloud!
Sweet dreams! Bad dreams be gone!
Miss Yume Mizuki, you found me at last. Ah, and I see you brought some friends.
Emura...
Mizuki was right after all. Paimon wasn't expecting him to be so polite, though.
Please, do not call me by that name anymore. The old me was plagued by negative emotions. But
You have to listen to me. There is no way to get rid of all your negative emotions. This life you're living now is a lie.
Your perspective is most amusing.
What's so funny? Don't you know you're harming people?
Harming people? That's what you believe? Very well. I understand and accept your perspective, even if you cannot afford me the same courtesy in return.
What is up with him? He's being so calm and polite. So why does everything he says make Paimon want to punch him?
As you can see, Miss Yume Mizuki, all my psychological problems have been completely resolved. I must thank you for your attempts to diagnose my condition. But I see now that the truth is far simpler than you were proposing. All my misery was merely a consequence of human frailty. I could not hope to remove my emotional impurities on my own strength. I lived in fear and anger. Fear that I was not worthy of other people's attention. Anger at how they invalidated me. I became a slave to my emotions. They turned me into a wretched and loathsome creature, hostile to everyone. But things are different now. I've acquired the ability to eradicate those emotions for good. No longer will I be afraid. Never again will I be stirred to anger. No, I am filled now with only one emotion, and that is happiness. I have become humanity perfected.
What I'm hearing is that you've developed your own unique understanding of psychological issues. So how about you play therapist this time?
I would be delighted.
The first is a soldier with poor control of his temper. He flies off the handle too easily, and it gets him into all sorts of trouble. This is having a significant impact on his daily life, and he's developed
He simply needs to let go of his anger. Then he will surely find peace and happiness.
The second is a fisherman who's developed thalassophobia. Now he is unable to provide for his family, which is causing him immense anxiety.
Oh, of course. He must cast his fear far away and forget it ever existed. Then he can return to the sea at once.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong on both counts.
Oh?
The soldier's anger is rooted in his strongly held principles. Yes, his rage can make him reckless, but it also fuels his deep desire to stand against injustice. Losing his anger made him passive and apathetic. He now stands by and does nothing as bandits attack innocent people. The fisherman's fear made him one of the most reliable sailors around. Thanks to his cautiousness and diligence, accidents were a rare occurrence among his crew, despite the dangers of their profession. But after forgetting his fear, he destroyed the fruits of the entire crew's labor on his first return to the sea. Fascinating, isn't it? Anger gives people the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and fear nurtures care and attention. Emotions are integral to human dreams, and after many years of dealing with their dreams, the Yumekoi Baku have learned an important secret about human emotions. Negative emotions do not just go away. They will always be there. This is true for everyone. Not only that, but their presence is essential. You can't have a healthy human psyche without negative emotion. So do you have any idea what you've done to those poor men?
What an amusing theory. In fact, I do remember those two. But I'm afraid that the only emotion I sense in them now is happiness. How can you believe that negative emotions are required for a healthy psyche? It's a laughable theory. Don't you remember how I was when we first met? You call that healthy?
Acknowledging that negative emotions exist doesn't mean giving them free rein over our minds and lives. Humans have a whole gamut of emotions. They're supposed to keep each other in balance. But if that balance gets disrupted, emotions start working against each other. Untethered rage cripples the capacity to be careful and considerate. Uncontained fear drives people to abandon beliefs they once held dear. The person you were when you first came to my practice only proves this further. You were dominated by your emotions. Under their influence, you deliberately inflicted pain on other people. Meanwhile, the person you are now is so lost that you aren't even aware of the pain you're bringing to others. This diagnosis is going to sound harsh, but I'm afraid it's accurate. You've simply gone from one extreme to another. You say you've reached perfection, but you're just as dysfunctional now as where you started.
Phew. How entertaining. Still, there's no need for me to argue back. You have failed to provoke me. I will forgive you for this offense, because I know my present perfection to be a fact. I have direct and incontrovertible evidence. You once told me that nightmares are the result of a buildup of negative emotions. But ever since I acquired my present abilities, I never had another nightmare again. Clearly, that proves that all of my negative emotions have been definitively eradicated.
I'm afraid not. Look where we are right now. We're inside your nightmare.
What?
No wonder! Paimon knew something was up the moment we arrived!
The enemies that we encountered were manifestations of his negative emotions. That can only happen in a nightmare.
No, that can't be.
That entity claimed it could remove your negative emotions, but all it did was separate them and store them deep in your subconscious, beyond your reach. There they were left to fester. Your situation is far worse than that of the other victims. It has deceived you at a much deeper level. You can't even perceive that at this very moment, you're in the middle of a nightmare.
How laughable. Fear? No. There is no fear left in me. This is all just a terrible joke. This is no dream. No.
Something's appeared behind him.
So, my arch-nemesis has seen through my trickery. Clearly, you came prepared. The emotional cocoon I'd wrapped him in was all but impenetrable. Yet still, you managed to tear it down.
So it is you.
What is that?
A nightmare monster. A fearsome yokai that was once the bane of Inazuma. We Yumekui Baku eat the nightmares of humans, while they called those nightmares their home. So we were natural enemies. When I heard the Traveler recount that strange dream, I knew that this was a possibility. But it's still a shock to see one of our long-lost arch-enemies in the flesh. They were supposed to have gone extinct long ago.
Then allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kurayume, and I am the last of my kind.
Kurayume. That's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. How have you...
Likewise, Yumenazuki is a name that takes me back to a different age. Although I must say, we may be born enemies, but I have never felt any great animosity toward you personally. Ultimately, the fall of the nightmare monsters was the fault of our hosts. Humans are such fragile creatures. But now, I have found a way to revive my kind, and you are too late to stop me.
Oh no! We've got to catch up to him!
What's happening? Paimon's feeling dizzy all of a sudden.
That's the feeling of rejection. so strong. Quick, after him!
There he is! Right there! Whoa! What happened to all the paths?
He's repressing his emotions even harder. Turn that frown upside down.
The wind knows me.
Time to relax. Sweet dreams. Hup.
There! He's got nowhere left to run! Whoa! What's happening to the ground?
Watch out! I used my powers to cushion our fall. Is everyone all right?
Don't worry, we've fallen from bigger heights before. The bigger issue here is that he got away.
We've been completely cut off. That creature has taken complete control of his consciousness.
Would it be easier if we wake up now and go catch him in the real world? If this is his nightmare, he must be
Remember the fragrance we smelled on our way in? That's how the monster lures people into the dream state. Now we're inside. We can't get out unless we He's turned Emarachuya's nightmare into his lair. There's only one way to force him into the open, and that's by finding a way to eat this nightmare.
Eat this nightmare?
Not only is it possible, Paimon, it's quite literally my job.
Oh, Paimon knows that. It's just... We all saw what happened to Murasaki and Shion, and this nightmare?
This monster has harmed too many people. We have to stop it. It's okay. I knew what I was getting into. Let's get moving. We may not have caught him, but our chase wasn't in vain. He led us deep inside his dream. We should now be at the subconscious layer that makes up its core.
It's so dark.
That's what happens if you leave your negative emotions to fester. There must be a lot of emotional fragments in this place. We need to follow them one by one.
Wait, but...
Where the light is.
If I say it's your fault, it's your fault! Do you understand me? You shouldn't go running around with that stupid thing in your hand! Do you want—
Ugh. The atmosphere here is so... oppressive. Is it anger or fear?
Be careful. Every time we draw near to one of these fragments, we'll experience the underlying emotion on a visceral level.
You, a writer? Didn't they reject you already? Get rid of this trash! Go find a real job!
Aw, poor guy. Paimon feels so bad for him.
We shouldn't stay here. Let's keep moving.
Ha ha! I won! Another round? That guy? He never joins in with anything. Why should we go out of our way to invite him? Let's keep playing. Ignore him.
Wow, that's so sad.
Nope. Not here either.
Hmm? Oh, look! There's the light! What is this place?
It's his sorrow. Yes, sheer, overwhelming sorrow. Human emotions exist in a delicate balance. When that balance is lost, negative emotions spiral out of control and go on to fuel nightmares. By isolating these negative emotions and allowing them to fester, that monster has completely destroyed his emotional balance. That's why he was able to create such a powerful nightmare. If we want to restore balance, we have to dispose of the excess negative emotion.
Oh, so that's what you mean when you talk about eating nightmares.
Well done, Paimon. Very clever.
Aw. Alright, what's the next step?
I need to find a way to separate the negative emotions out. For that, I need a special medium. Sorrow might just do the job. As long as it's kept in check, it can calm the waves of emotions and help him regain some measure of control.
Let it out, Chuya. Let the tears flow. You'll feel better after a good cry.
This process will untangle his unbridled fear and anger, his unresolved resentment, and his unshakable despair. These excess emotions will be separated out from the rest. They are the source of this nightmare.
Mizuki!
It's all right. It's an unpleasant flavor. A good cry can work wonders. Even though he seems beyond helping, I think he should be able to take another step out from the swamp of despair now.
Are you ready to come out now, Chuya? I'll be waiting for you right here, son. I'd love to listen to more of your stories whenever you're ready.
Udah lawang dibuka oleh kerebutan nih. Lawang dibuka oleh kerebutan bi maksudnya. Nyambu apa?
All right. There goes that nightmare. Hopefully this marks the beginning of a sweeter dream.
Amazing! Suddenly, Paimon feels so relaxed and maybe even happy?
I thought I had found the perfect host, but you found the one weakness in his emotional armor.
Ah! He's back again!
Freeing a single host from my clutches changes nothing! You cannot stop me! I told you you are too late!
What is this place?
I can't believe it. He's brought us to the borderland.
Borderland?
To put it simply, it's a dream within a dream. A space hidden deep within the collective Inazuman subconscious. A dream that can exist even without a host. This must be how that monster managed to survive the extinction of his kind. He hid here.
Mizuki, that eye...
He's trying to turn this place into a nightmare so he'll be more at home. And he's creating copies of himself. This place is connected to the dreams of every human in the nation. From here, he can place a copy of himself in every dream. If he succeeds, then he'll have effectively revived his kind already.
Then we know what we need to do. We gotta take this guy down. Do we think a sword will do the job?
Maybe, if we can get close enough to reach his core. But he's brought the nightmares of all his victims here, and that gives him an immense amount of power. Dealing with this many in one go is going to take a different approach. We need a power to rival his nightmares. The power of sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams? Where are we gonna find those?
Lost minds. There should be some around here, and some of them will have come from sweet dreams originally. Come on, follow me. Careful. We've got to move quietly. The nightmare monster has usurped control here. We need to stay out of his sight.
Time to relax.
Stay put!
Illusion shattered. Witness the power of the wild. Rain outlines your fate.
Don't be scared!
Chasing Tanuki through the woods, and climbing trees to hunt for Oni Kabuto. Thank you for lending us your happiness.
Turn that frown upside down.
Watching fireworks fly up into the sky and writing wishes on it. Thank you for sharing your passion. All right, we've gathered enough power to proceed. Time to face him head on. The core should be just up ahead. This will be a tough fight.
Why? Are these sweet dreams not sweet enough?
I just wish we could have gathered some more. But these are all we could find in the immediate vicinity. Which means we're running out of time. Our chances of success are shrinking by the minute. We have to act now.
No problem. We're ready to go.
that frown upside down.
The alacrity with which you walk into my trap surprises me. Do you not realize why I lured you here? Because this is my domain. To no longer rely on you.
Not yet, it isn't. Now, use the power of the good dreams.
I think you will find it to be quite ineffective against the power of my nightmares.
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
I must confess, I am somewhat confused. Both of us bring happiness to humans now. Why must you still treat me as your enemy?
Because the happiness you provide is a lie. All you do is make them forget their negative emotions exist. And now they're living under the illusion that they're gone for good. All the while, these repressed feelings continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually becoming nightmares intense enough to become your home. Your kind has always thrived by magnifying your host's negative emotions for your own gain. What you're doing now is no different from what you've always done.
I am correct. This time, I shall change the fate of my entire kind. When a human becomes dominated by their negative emotions, they lose their ability to survive. That is how my king died out. But I can give them a fantasy instead, turning them into the perfect hosts, capable of surviving no matter how dire the situation in their subconscious gets. This is the path to a revival.
You do realize what that means, don't you? You've gone from one extreme to the other.
Oh, I'm perfectly aware. There is nothing you can say that I do not already know. For over all the years that your kind has been learning about the human mind, I have been hiding here, watching and learning from the fruits of your labor. But I'm afraid I could not care less for the moral burdens that you impose upon yourselves. The health of the human psyche is of precisely zero interest to me. Now here's a question well worth thinking about. If we allowed the humans themselves to decide, which of us would they really choose? You or me? Do you see now? I won this battle long before you ever set foot inside this tree.
What's going on?
He's growing stronger, but we've exhausted the power of the sweet dreams already. Even if we could find more sweet dreams now, it still wouldn't be enough.
If you accept that negative emotions are an immutable presence in the human mind, then you must also know that such emotions include apathy and sloth. Without the Yumekibaku there to hold their hand and walk them through dream regulation therapy, do you honestly think that anyone would ever be inclined to embrace the negative emotions? No. They would sooner run from reality to forget all about their troubles and live inside an illusion.
But the whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist. Traveler. These feelings. So that's how they should taste. Longing, caused by separation. So bitter, and yet the experience led to a whole new journey for you. If you keep pressing on, maybe even more precious memories await. despair, caused by failure, icy cold, and yet in conquering this despair, you gained the courage to face the lightning. Regret, caused by missed opportunity, a harsh aftertaste, and yet it's only through that loss that we can learn to appreciate everything we have. And after all these flavors comes sweetness, passion, and refreshed hope. So that's why I was able to taste a sweet dream at our first meeting. Long before you ever met me, you'd already gained the courage to never avoid or run away from your feelings. And all your nightmares had become the fuel for sweeter dreams. The power that you have gained by processing everything from your long journey is surely far stronger than any power wielded by that creature. The whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist was to try and help people become someone like you.
It's you!
Your dream is so powerful!
Traveler, give him all you've got!
Impossible! With just one person's dream? But how? I have been planning this for so long!
Once the false dream he created has been destroyed, I can make sure all his victims make a full recovery. I don't think I ever would have been able to do this without your help.
Don't mention it!
You shall join my ancestors in death! You and my failure of a host!
What? He's still not dead? Wait, does anyone else hear water? Where is that coming from?
Maybe he made his host build some kind of device in the underwater cave. Once he realized we were onto him, he decided to sacrifice his host.
So you mean we're in danger in the real world too?
We've got to wake up.
But how? Like, pinch ourselves?
This should be high enough. Traveler, Paimon, jump.
Huh?
If you're afraid, then just take my hand and close your eyes. Yes, just like the last time. Hold on tight. The Yomeku Ibaku are getting to work.
The world remains constant over
It's finally over. It's a good thing I had the foresight to ask them for help, or I'd be the one dying from indigestion tonight. They were very delicious. Traveler, could I pick your brain with another question? What do you think humans tend to have more of? Happy dreams or bad ones? If only that were true. Most people struggle to deal with their negative emotions. They bottle them up inside until they've festered and turned into nightmares. As a result, humans have far more bad dreams than good ones, and most happy dreams are short and fleeting. They are so rare that it's basically impossible for them to be shared with others. Heck, there are even people out there who only have the mind space to have happy dreams after they've given us their bad ones. Which is all to say that the dreams we get to taste are usually bad ones. No matter how hard we try, we can't seem to change this state of affairs. I once believed the only reason we Yumekoi Baku existed was to serve as a disposal method for nightmares. It's a fate that we cannot escape, no matter how many dreams we eat or how many years pass by. Even though I call myself a clinical psychologist, I also have dark thoughts sometimes. I suppose that's the only problem I have. Still, after learning the principles of psychology, I came up with a new way to look at all of this. If we can use psychotherapy to help people come to terms with their emotions, they'll gain the ability to deal with their nightmares on their own, so they'll no longer need to call upon us for assistance. That way, more and more people can free up their minds for truly happy dreams until there'll be enough to share around. A naive one, more like. Even though I've run this business for quite a long time now, it still hasn't come true. So I must thank you, because after meeting you, I finally became sure that my wish is achievable. And knowing that is all the treatment I need against the dark thoughts I sometimes have.
There you are! Paimon's been looking everywhere for you, too! Paimon was just watching the Baku eat the nightmares. They got really full and started rolling around on their tummies. It was so cute. Anyway, that's why Paimon fell behind. Got a little distracted watching them. Oh, and speaking of Baku, we were gonna book another appointment with you, weren't we? Remember? Before we got caught up in all those nightmare shenanigans?
It's a little late for that now. Ask me again tomorrow.
Oh.
Still, the night is young. Want to stay here and watch the moon with me for a little longer?
Huh?
The moon sure...
Excuse me! Hello! Please come register over here!
What's going on? Why are there so many guests? Had I known, I'd have definitely turned some of them back.
Oh, it looks like business is booming with Amura Ichigensai out of the picture. And it's good to see that Murasaki and Shion are well on the road to recovery.
Morning, you two. Want to make an appointment?
Yes, please! For today, if possible.
Then I better get you another VIP pass. You're our most important customers, after all.
Awesome! In that case, very important Paimon would like to start with the fine dining this time.
Oh my. Imagine if you'd taken my advice and sold your shares the other day. It could have cost you dearly now that business is booming again. I hope you're not too upset with me, old friend.
Why would I be upset? It's not as if I ever took your suggestion seriously.
Oh, I've missed that way with words. So...
Would it kill you to not sneak up on people every darn time?
Morning, little ones. Did you enjoy the scenery last night? Hardly. That tree was directly beneath the Grand Narukami Shrine. What was I supposed to do? Move the entire shrine to give you some privacy?
Is there a reason you're here, Lady Guji?
Mostly because I felt like a walk. But I do have a message from the Tenryo Commission to pass on. The gentleman who your fellow Yumeku Ibaku fished out of the water last night is no longer in a critical condition. Although his mind seems to have regressed to that of a young child.
It could have been worse, I suppose. Lady Guji, I owe you my thanks. Without your help, things might... Come on, Miko. You've always been worse than me at keeping secrets. I admit that I feel inferior around you, and have an urge to prove myself. How could I not? But maybe these feelings are what have driven me to take this business as far as I have. My sense of inferiority keeps my ego in check, and my desire to prove myself gives me the strength to persevere. I'm able to accept these parts of me for what they are. There's no need for you to tiptoe around them.
Oh, you could have told me sooner. The poor traveler here has been doing all my running around for me.
True. But then again, without the traveler's help, you'd have been placed in a difficult position. Emura Ichigensai had amassed a huge following. For the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine to publicly go against him would have been a dangerous move. An angry mob of zealots could have done some serious damage to the shrine's reputation. Much safer for the Guji not to get personally involved. It was the right decision.
While that's all true, my main concern was that I didn't want to upset an old friend. Otherwise, I could have taken a much more direct approach.
Miko.
I always seem to forget that you're more cunning and less adorable than you look. Seems like my worries about upsetting you were unfounded.
It's not that I don't get upset. Everyone has their fair share of troubles, but every sorrow has its cure. Here's your new VIP pass. Please take good care of it.
Ah, welcome, honored traveler. Guji-ai told me about your visit. Please, come in. The almighty Shogun is also inside. It's best not to keep her waiting.
Now, there's no need to be so stubborn about this. I'll adjust the budget here, and we'll definitely turn a profit.
No. We must confirm the official representative before discussing details. There is an order.
From the way she's talking, this must be the Shogun, right?
Ah, little one. It's about time. Come, I have a contract for you to sign.
Whoa! We're not just gonna sign a random contract out of the blue!
Hardly. Oh, well, labor is a part of it, but you will be compensated.
So it is as bad as Paimon thought.
I see. So she's the representative you selected. She would indeed be the perfect candidate for the Mikawa Flower Festival. When the yokai still roamed the land, they celebrated an event known as the Mikawa Flower Festival. It was an occasion for drink, laughter, and merriment.
We hosted a version of it during the Test of Courage. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, we weren't able to put on a large celebration. So, I got to thinking, why not have another go? This time with the Mikawa Flower Festival for yokai and humans alike. One that combines human ingenuity with yokai arts to offer the most innovative and thrilling entertainment of our time. Open to all humans and yokai throughout the land.
Entertainment, huh? Wait, kind of like Akitsu Yuge and Akitsu Hanea Sobi? Those games were really fun.
For an important event like this, an official representative is required to preside over the festivities. In the past, the role was usually given to the Guji, or an individual from the Yashiro Commission. But this time...
Neither myself nor the Kamisato family can assume the position, given we represent one side or the other, the yokai or the humans.
Human you may be, but you possess a deep connection with the yokai, and you do not hail from this land. That makes you a more neutral option. Moreover, you took part in the previous festival during the Test of Courage. In my estimation, there is no better candidate for the role.
Plus, your name has the potential to attract an even greater showing. So are you going to sign this thing, or what?
Huh. You've got a point. Then let's go ahead and... Wait! Paimon almost fell into our trap!
Oh, come now. This is for an important occasion, is it not? Even I've chosen to throw profit to the wind. Surely a selfless hero like yourself wouldn't turn your back on a good cause.
According to the proposal, The proceeds will be distributed as follows: 40% to Yai Publishing House, and 10% to the festival representative.
Hey, no fair!
Now, 10% might not sound like much, but Yai Publishing House is going to great lengths for this occasion, both in time and personnel. All you need to do is show your face. Getting smart, aren't you, little one? In that case, I'll throw in another 10% from the other half of the proceeds.
No, the other half is going to the shogunate. That is not up for negotiation. But I am rather curious about the supposed great lengths you mentioned. Unless I am mistaken, most of the personnel and supplies are to be provided by the shogunate. In that sense, 40% seems rather high for your establishment, does it not?
That A. When did she reprogram you to argue back like this?
Proceeds should be distributed according to contribution. Besides, from the very beginning, you planned to allocate an additional 10% of your share to the Traveler, did you not?
Wait, so earlier you were just trying to shortchange us?
What's the fun in bargaining if you open up with your best offer right off the bat?
Paimon doesn't see the fun at all. But 20% is acceptable.
Games have always been a central part of the festival, and both Akitsu Hanayosobi and Akitsu Yuge were extremely popular. So, the plan is to host an event where the attendees have 48 hours to create a game of their own. We'll have new and exciting entertainment in no time.
Ooh, everyone loves fun games. You won't have to worry about attracting humans and yokai to the event.
That is the general plan. I'll leave you to iron out the finer details and contact the participants. This is a critical time for the Shogunate's new development plans, and the survey team is returning momentarily, so I must turn my attention to them.
Got it, got it. We'll see you later then. Jinju Forest. Let's pay a visit to our old friend, Ioroi. Oh, but before I forget, you should eat this kitsune meal first.
Whoa, it smells so good!
The smell of humans. Nothing to see here, just a statue. Huh? Wait, why do I smell kitsune?
Remember us, Ioroi?
Ah, it's you youngsters. And you! The nasty kitsune who turned Chinju Forest into the playground for her test of courage.
Oh, Chinju Forest is supposed to be Yoroi's territory, right? Oh, no wonder he's so mad.
Exactly! How could you hold a test of courage without inviting me?
Oh, so that's what he's angry about.
Anyway, what brings you all here? Something to discuss?
I actually came to apologize about the test of courage. It was my mistake not to invite more yokai to the ceremony. So for this Mikawa Flower Festival, I knew I had to extend a personal invitation to the Bake Danuki.
Huh? The Mikawa Flower Festival?
Yes! The Mikawa Flower Festival! Huh? Kichiboshi? Shosei? Gyobu Koban? Where did you come from?
Never trust an apology from a kitsune, or an invitation for that matter. It's just a silly festival. So what if there's delicious food or fun games?
Yum, yum! Fun, fun!
That's enough, you two. Don't fall for the kitsune's cheap tricks. Such hopeless, innocent cubs.
What a shame. I was hoping to take you all to the festival, but it would seem Ioroi disapproves. I suppose it makes sense. Poor Ioroi, stuck in this statue all alone while the rest of you got to have fun. How sad that would be.
Poor Ioroi.
Excuse you. I am Ioroi, the Kakushigami of the Bakke Danuki. Yes. Just worried the cubs will get distracted and stray from the Tanuki path.
I should also mention I was hoping the Bakke Danuki could help the humans take their games to the next level, talented as you are in the art of transformation. In Inazuma, only the Bakke Danuki can hope to match the kitsune in that area.
Match? The kitsune could never rival the transformative gifts of the Bakke Danuki.
Oh, well, I was thinking of using the Bakke Danuki as the symbol of the event in the promotions and such. But alas, it would seem that you don't like that idea, Ioroi. No matter. I shall simply seek the help of the kitsune. When the time comes, all of Inazuma will know the kitsune stepped in to accomplish what the Bakke Danuki could not.
Wait!
It worked, didn't it?
My dear cubs, transforming into things that already exist is only a small fraction of what it means to become to even get a quarter of the way through your training. You must be able to turn into things of your own invention. Just like when I turned into a gigantic ramen bowl that could fly. So go forth and seize this opportunity so you can advance the name of advance your training. Not all humans are bad and scary. Some are good, just like these youngsters. Go with them and transform into things you've never tried before.
Don't worry, Ioroi. The little Tanuki are safe with me.
You're the one I'm worried about.
Well, we're here too. We'll make sure they don't, stray from the path.
I'll hold you to that. Now, Kichiboshi, Shosei, Yobukoban, while you're out there, always listen to...
Yep. Always listen to Wiper. And Miss Yellowfur.
And Auntie Pink.
Miss Pinkfur.
I almost forgot. Given their level of training, speaking to humans will be a problem. Just a moment, I'll cook up a few Bakke Danuki meals to keep on hand.
No need. Here, Miss Pinkfur prepared a special kitsune meal for you all. It will give you the ability to speak to humans.
You stole our tricks too? And changed the name?
Yum!
Is it really that much better than mine?
Splendid. That should make our lives easier. Now we can head into the city and start forming the teams. Well, we need more than Bakke Danuki power to design these games. 2 humans per team should suffice, I'd say. Now, I need to discuss the layout of the venue with the Yashiro Commission. I'll leave the team recruitment to you.
Hold on. You're not taking part, Miko? You're really gonna sit out on the fun? You of all people?
Making games is nowhere near as fun as playing them. Besides, working through the night certainly isn't my idea of a good time.
Making games? Working? Through the night?
Anyway, this time I'm going to wait for the fun to come to me. See you later, little one.
City! So many houses! So many humans! Gotta farm beans! White fur? Yellow fur? How do we farm beans? Farm teams, not farm beans! It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah, that's right! People with the same taste! You know, into the same thing! It's easier to come up with a game that way! Taste the same? Got it! Easy peasy! Wait for dumb. Farm beans that taste the same. No, wait, that's not... And they're gone. In different directions, too. Let's go after them. Longhorned Oni and Shorthorned Oni. Shosei, there you are! White fur! Yellow fur! Shosei found white fur and yellow fur number 2! Both great yokai. Both like to play. Shosei loves to play. Longhorn and Shorthorn Oni also love to play. We taste the same. Hitatsumi Kozo and the others did all the work, bullchucker. You're really lumping them in with your gang? Hitatsumi Kozo and his friends did come up with the Akitsu Yuge game during the last festival. There's no... Hornless Oni? Hornless Oni? Oh, so scary. Kichiboshi found Big Sleepy Tanuki! Hey, I'm a Mujina, not a Tanuki! Oh, Mujina yokai that can turn into Tanuki? No, wait. I'm not a Mujina or a Tanuki. I'm Sayu. Tanuki, Mujina, Sayu? So many transformations! Sayu is yokai? I don't transform at all. I've been a human this whole time. Who is this guy anyway? Popping up out of nowhere right when I found a spot to sleep? Sorry, this is probably the first time Kichiboshi has ever seen a ninja. Not this again. It's just Sayu. And there goes my nap. Silly humans, much to learn. This human really warm. Boy, where do we begin? Right when I was trying to run. About that, I'm pretty busy. Practicing ninjutsu and such. Taller than a house? I've never heard of a ninjutsu like that. It's not ninjutsu. It's Bake Tanuki art. We don't grow taller than a house. See? I knew it wouldn't be that easy. We grow taller than mountain. Eh? Sorry. Just thinking about something Sensei always said. You can't just focus on drills, Sayu. You need to push the limits of what you know about ninjutsu. I guess. Farm beans, success? Alright, let's go discuss this ninjutsu. No, this Bake Tanuki art of transformation. The one you're going to use for the festival. I'll pass on the fireworks. They're terrible for my sleep.